What is good, YouTube? Adam over here, aka Value Bliss, and I got a whole video from an estate sale auction. Also, I want to show you some items I bought at an antique mall to resell online on eBay, Etsy, and also some of the items gonna go in my antique booth. I got some vintage items and some contemporary items to resell and to make some money. So let me show you what I got, and I will tell you how much I pay for them and how much I am hoping to sell them for. And this way you can learn what to go and buy at thrift stores, garage sales, and estate sales if you want to do some flipping on the side, or even if you are a full-time reseller. So let's get it going. So first item I got at a estate sale, and this was last night, was this Pottery Vase, and this is a West Germany Pottery Bay. I have good luck selling German pottery in the antique booth. This vase I bought at the auction and I paid $20. So I'm gonna be pricing this at around $65 because that's how much I sold similar items in the past at the mall. Okay, next great item here. This was one of the best buy last night at the auction. This is a portable artist easel, and so this easel I paid up at the auction. I paid $40 for this, but it was a very good buy. It has a good brand here. I can see it says made in France, and the logo, it's this logo here. This spells out RJ, and has some other French words there. So it's made in France, all wood, excellent condition. This easel looks like it has never been used. I have set it up and looked inside. Everything was clean, never been used item. And these easels, there's one on eBay and listed in France, the French eBay, and it's on sale or it has ended, and the price was $399. And then I found one more online on some buy-sell website, also in Europe and France, and the price they were asking for this exact model was 150 euros, which is around $230 Canadian. So this easel, I probably can sell it for about $200 plus shipping, and I only invested $40. So that was a great buy. Okay, so let me show you more stuff I got at the auction last night. Here, this is just a bread and butter item, and this is a video camera. Video cameras sell very well, and I used to only pick up photo cameras, film 35mm cameras, and I always passed on the video cameras in the thrift stores, but do not pass on them. You can get them cheap, and they sell for good money, and also they sell pretty fast. It's very easy to test them as well. So this one I got at an auction, and I was able to pay $10 for this whole lot here. So it's a Canon, and it's a video 8mm video camera. So I have some 8mm tapes, so I can just record something on the tape, play it back, see if the camera works. That's how you test them. The most important thing about when you pick up a camera, because you find them in thrift stores all the time, so most important is to have some batteries in the bag, and also you want to make sure there is a charger or a power adapter so you can charge those old batteries, or even just connect the camera to a power outlet and test it like that. So here's the power. There's a battery charger. So also the batteries, there's also a remote control for it, but so that's a bonus. Nice add. The batteries with this camera, like this battery here, I'm sure this is an old battery. So this, I can charge it up, but it won't hold the charge for too long. But it will be just enough to let me test the camera. So I would put in the listing that the batteries are old and they don't hold charge, and people still buy them because they can buy brand new replacement batteries also online for cheap. So I paid $10 for this Canon, and I'm probably gonna be selling this for about $75. So, and it's gonna be a quick flip. So make sure you don't pass up on a vintage or older video cameras. So Super 8 is good, 8mm are good. Even the compact VHS, they bring a little bit more money, maybe $40 a camera, but they also sell well. And so the best brands for these video cameras are Sony and Canon. But other brands, I have sold Panasonic, they all do sell. All right. So next lot at the auction I bought yesterday was this vintage photos, and I paid for all these photos. I paid $22.50. That was the winning bid, and I haven't counted how many pictures there are, but there is maybe around 50 or more photos, and they're all vintage from the 1940s, and they all have a young woman on the photos, which is a good subject matter. And so these images are going to be listing them on eBay and selling them individually. And what I'm going to probably do is list each photo at an auction format, starting the auction at $5, and maybe put a $2 shipping for letter mail on each of the items. And that's how I'm going to list them. There is some cool images, and I'm sure some of them will fetch some good money. And I have around 1,000 vintage photos like that laying around here that I never listed, postcards, photos, and stuff. So I'm thinking of opening a brand new eBay store, which will only sell vintage photographs and vintage postcards. So that's my plan, and I want to get that done, get that store running like within a week or two. So once I get it set up, I probably will share it with you so you guys can check it out. So there is so many photos here, and there's another box here of all these photos. Again, the subject is the woman, but it's not the same woman, it's a different one. There is one cool image. Oh, this one right here. This is the Miss Windsor. I think it's Windsor, Ontario, although it could be Windsor in the States, but this lot came from a state in Canada, so most likely this is Windsor, Ontario. So cool pickup. So there is lots of money to be made on these pictures if I sell them for $5 each. There might be a longer tail item, because I have been selling some slides on eBay right now, and they do sell, but again, they're a little bit long tail items, so you have to sit on them for a while. But the good thing about images, they don't take up too much storage area, so easy to store. Just a key item when you sell images and you have lots of them, photos, you have a good organization, so you can easily pull up the picture that one sells. So a bonus to these pictures is also I got all these negatives. I don't have a negative for every image. And I think some, like this is the Miss Windsor, I think, negative, but there is a negative for some of the images that I got. So these might even bring more money than the actual photos. So for $20, that was a good buy. And there's another box here, and it wasn't here, and more negatives in this box. So pretty cool. And here is the date on the box. It says September 1947. That's how I can date these images. So around 1940s, 1950s. Okay, let me just put this right here. And from the same auction last night, I also bought this cool-looking boombox, and it's a Sony Boombox. So when I was at the auction preview, I was walking around the tables, and I saw this boombox, and on the top there is a model number. It says CFD 550. So I quickly looked it up online on eBay Sold, and it showed me that this particular boombox sells for about $125 Canadian. So I knew this is like a $100 item, and I bought it at the auction for $25. So I've been selling this for $125. So I should make a nice, cool $100 on this boombox. And when they advertised this, when they were selling this boombox, the auctioneer said that it is all in fully working order. So, and they usually are true about what they tell you. So next item here, it's a lot of vintage oil stuff. And for this lot, I paid I think $25 or $22.50, somewhere around that price. So there is one cool item in this whole lot. Is this little oiler. What's cool about it, it has the Ford logo here on it, and also on the back it has the letter E. So this oiler in particular sells on eBay for anywhere from $30 to $45. So I'm gonna be listing this at $40 with ship plus shipping, and that's how much I will be selling this one for, $40. So that's right there in the profits. Another cool one here is this little one, and this one says Singer on it. So this is for a Singer sewing machine, and this one is worth around $20. Okay, and the next one is a big oiler, but there is no markings on it. So this one is going to be tougher to list on eBay with keywords. I can put the size of it. I can say it's big, it's vintage oiler, but I think it's going to be a harder sell to put it online. So what I'm going to do, this one I'm going to just put it in my antique booth, and I'm going to be asking around $15 for this. And as well as this funnel, it's all metal, thin funnel, very cool rustic look. And this funnel will also go in the antique booth, and it's going to probably price that at $10. So I have about 60, 70, $85 here worth of oilers and funnel, and I only paid about $20 for. So that would be a good flip. More from yesterday. That was all from yesterday. There was a live local auction I went to. More from that auction, and this was a very nice buy. I got some Christmas stuff, and this is contemporary, but it's sort of vintage because I think this is from 1996. So I got them. This was one lot, one price, one money. I got this for Santa Claus and Miss Claus, and they are plug-in. They move and they light up. And I did test them. They all are in working condition with the original boxes. They are about 24 inches tall, so nice big size. And I got these two items for $17.50, which was an amazing deal, which comes out to about $9 each, $8.50 each. And these the Santa Claus. I just looked at the Santa Claus on eBay. He sells from around 60 to 75 Canadian dollars. So I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna be listing them on eBay because they're big. They're not heavy, but I need special box. But that's not a big issue. I might also just put it in the antique booth, but in the booth probably have to price a little bit for less money, about $50 each, which is still a good investment, good profit margin. So yeah, nice vintage Santa Claus. So let me show you exactly what they are. So motionettes, holiday figurine, 24-inch, holiday time. And here is the original price back in 1996 at Walmart, $50. Actually, I don't know if it's 97. Yeah, so that's vintage. 1997. That's 20 years ago. It was $50. All right. And the last item from yesterday auction was this cabinet over here. And because now I got a minivan, I bought a minivan about a week ago, and that's why I wasn't doing much videos because I wasn't buying a lot in the last 3 weeks. I was saving up for that minivan. So I got this minivan, so now I'm gonna be buying furniture and flipping them locally. So I got this whole kind of wall coat hanger, and here is the box for the shoes. It's made out of an old door, so homemade. Has a big and sit on it. Has a nice bench, so nice like a cabinet for your hallway. And I only paid $20 for this at an auction. And I'm gonna put that in the antique booth, and I'm gonna price it to sell at about $60 or $75. Okay, so next I want to show you a few items I got at an online auctions. Some good deals. So I look at online auctions and I buy the cheap stuff that nobody's bidding on. Some auctions there is no traffic at all on online auctions, especially the new ones. so you can get some stuff for no money. So I got this old Kick Cola sign. This is a metal tin sign, but I don't think it's a reproduction. I think this is an original vintage sign. That's how it was made for the advertising piece. It has some damage, bented corners, but for this sign I paid $5 at a online auction. So $5 for advertising sign, and I'm gonna list this on eBay because on eBay Signs Market you can get more money than locally, and I'm gonna probably be asking about $150 for this sign. I might even list it at 200 and see how many watchers views it gets, and if it gets lots of interest, I might run it at an auction. So for $5, that was a great deal. And here's another online auction buy. It's this lot of cameras. So 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras in one lot. I paid $5 for, and this auction was far away. I would have to drive like 3 or 4 hours to get there, but I was able to get the auction house to ship those cameras to me. So with shipping, so it was $5 winning bid, and with shipping I paid $25 for everything. So it was $20 for them to ship it to me. So it was a good deal. So I got this Polaroid bread and butter item, Sun 600 LMS. I still have to test it. I just got this yesterday. But if this is a working camera, I can sell this for $40 any day. It will sell. Now, another good bread and butter camera that I love to pick up. If you see this camera at thrift stores, always pick it up. This is the Olympus Trip 35. It doesn't require any batteries. It's all mechanical. Has a solar. This is the solar light meter, so it uses the sun to measure the light. This camera is a little bit dirty, but I will clean it up with some Q-tips. Q-tips and Windex cleans up very well. Camera works. These Olympus 35 are built very well, and they usually are always working. Like 95% chance it's working. The only time I would pass on this camera if I see some body damage or some very dirty or moldy lens or viewfinder. Otherwise, it's a good buy. And the next 2 cameras were just in the lot, so they were like free. So this is just a Nikon Point-and-Shoot. What's good about this one is has a right here 28 millimeter lens, so it's a wide angle lens, so it's fun to shoot. But this is not an expensive. This will be about $15 camera, and this one was also in the lot. I will test it. If it works, it's just a black photography with the quartz date. So I will list this one for like also about $10. The reason I bought this lot was for these 2 cameras. The other 2 is just bonus gravy on the lot. So nice. I have how about $100 here, and I only spent $25, and they will sell quickly. Okay, so next I want to show you some items I bought at an antique mall. So what happens now? Every Sunday I take $20 and I go to my local antique mall, and I try to find something for under $20 to flip on eBay for more money. Actually, there is one more item I didn't pull in, but I will show that in my next video in next week. Okay, so I have few items here from last 3 weeks. So this is the one item. This is a vintage automobile tail light. Has like a torpedo shape. Has some chrome here. So the price was $20. Kind of looks like 10, but it was 20. So I haven't tested if the light works. I probably should test it with the car, but very easy to test. $20, and I'm gonna be listing this on Etsy, maybe cross list on eBay, and I'm gonna be asking her about $75, because this is a cool looking light. You can make a lamp out of it, or if somebody might actually need it when they are restoring an old car, they might need this light. So I paid $20 for that. And then the next other week I got these 2 gauges. So these are the steampunk look. So the big one here. So you always want to look at the maker. So this one is Lanken hammer, and this is a pounds per inch. And I have sold a gauge before for about $120. Not the same one. I think it had a brass fitting. So brass gauges are better money because they may be like from ships or nautical. But this is still a cool looking lens, and it's big. And the price here was $8. And I'm gonna probably be selling this one for about 40 to 60 bucks. And also I got this smaller gauge, and this one's bronze bushed movement, and has a Marsh Instrument Company. And if you look at the Marsh Instrument Company's logo, it has like a old looking font, because the newer ones have like a more sans serif font. This one is like the vintage font, so it's a vintage one. And this one was only $9.50. And again, this gauge is gonna bring about 40 to 50 bucks online. And one more item I got another week when I was antiquing was this cool green glass decanter. And this is an old piece. It has the stopper, cut glass stopper, and even the stopper has the cutouts here, so for the spouts. So you can just turn it like this to lock it, and then you can turn it to pour it, so you don't have to even take the stopper out. And it has this old, I forgot what it's called, Ponteo mark at the bottom, and the glass has a little bit of bubbles. But the coolest thing about this decanter, this is made out of uranium glass. So, and how you can tell if the glass is uranium, you have to shine a UV light on it, and if it glows, then you know it's uranium glass. And uranium glass is cool because you know it's old, and the glows makes it cooler, and people collect uranium glass. So there is uranium glass pieces. Some are more common and some are less common, and this is one of the less common items. Let me show you how it glows. I'm gonna turn down the lights a bit. So I have a UV light. You can get this at Amazon or eBay for about $9, and check it out how it glows. Maybe it's too light still. Maybe shut off the lights altogether. It's gonna get dark now, but the bottle's gonna glow. Check it out. It's glowing like. So if it wasn't uranium, you wouldn't see this glow. It's translucent green. So I got this bottle decanter at the local antique mall, and it was priced at $12.95, and currently I have it listed on eBay for $175. So there isn't exactly same one listed like that, so I priced it high. And this is an old piece, probably 1900s or even earlier, because of the mark at the bottom and the bubbles in the glass. I think that concludes my video for this week, and I'm happy to be back, and I will see you guys next week with another haul video and another finds from the antique mall. I hope you enjoyed watching, and make sure you like the video, and if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button, because I will be coming to you with some new content more often. Again, have a great day, night. Ciao.